The 49ers just beat the Seattle Seahawks 28-16. Here are the 49ers grades for this performance. Brock Purdy. A. He struggled early in the game and threw a pick as the Seahawks tried their best to take away the short throws and intermediate passes over the middle. But Purdy adjusted. The Seahawks dared him to throw the ball over the top of their defense and he accepted the challenge. Threw some of the best deep passes of his career and shredded the scouting report that says to take away his short throws. Now there's no book on how to shut down Purdy, and that's because he's one hell of a quarterback. He's not Jimmy Garoppolo, who refused to throw deep. Purdy is eager to throw deep, and his eagerness is making him the front runner to win the MVP. Running backs. A. Christian McCaffrey had 153 yards from scrimmage and 1 touchdown. He almost had 2 touchdowns, but he got tackled at the 3-yard line after a 72-yard run, and on the next play, Jordan Mason punched the ball into the end zone. Mason finished the game with 20 yards on 4 carries. Those two form the best 1-2 punch in the NFL. Wide receivers. A-. Deebo Samuel randomly decided a few weeks ago to be great again, and now he's the best player on the team. He has been their MVP 3 games in a row. He's unstoppable. Today, he had 150 yards from scrimmage and 2 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk also was excellent. He had 126 receiving yards. But he tipped a ball that got intercepted, plus he fumbled. He needs to hold the ball more securely when he's running. Tight ends. A. George Kittle had 76 yards and a touchdown. He's having his best season in years. Offensive linemen. B-. They gave up 3 sacks and got pushed around by the Seahawks defensive line for most of the game, but they helped spring some long runs. Defensive linemen. A-. Eric Armstead didn't play, and Javon Hargrave left the game early with a hamstring injury that could keep him out the next few weeks. And yet, the Niners held the Seahawks to just 3.5 yards per carry and sacked Drew Lock 4 times. But Nick Bosa negated an interception by Deommodore Lenoir by jumping off sides. Bad Nick. Linebackers. A. Fred Warner put away the game with an over-the-shoulder interception in the 4th quarter. Dre Greenlaw didn't commit a 15-yard penalty or get ejected, although he did injure his hip and return to the game. Defensive backs. A-. Trevarius Ward pulled his groin in the first drive of the game. He could miss a few weeks. But the 49ers secondary played well enough without him. Both Lenore and Ambry Thomas were solid, even though Thomas gave up a touchdown catch to DK Metcalf. And rookie Jair Brown intercepted a pass. He bounced back after a shaky game last week. Special teams. A-. They don't have to do much anymore because the 49ers rarely punt or kick field goals. But Mitch Wishnowsky had a beautiful fake punt that didn't count because Ronnie Bell committed a penalty. Too bad. Kyle Shanahan should call another fake punt in the playoffs. Wishnowsky is explosive. Coaches. A. On defense, Steve Wilkes worked around the absences of Eric Armstead, Javon Hargrave, and Trevarius Ward, which is impressive. On offense, Kyle Shanahan defeated the Seahawks' defensive game plan by calling deep passes that Seattle wasn't prepared to defend. Also impressive. Overall, the 49ers outclassed yet another awful team, which is what they do. This season, it seems the 49ers are the only team in the NFL that doesn't stink. All the other teams either are awful, not bad, or decent. Give the 49ers credit for building a great team in a mediocre era.